וישמע את דברי בני לבן לאמור. And he heard the words of the sons of Laban, saying, לקח יעקב את כל אשר לאבינו. Jacob hath taken all which was for our father. ומאתר לאבינו עשה את כל הכבוד הזה. And from what was for our father, he has effectuated all this wealth. וירא יעקב את פני לבן, and Jacob saw the faces of Laban. והנה איננו עמו כתמול תלתום, and behold, he was not with him as before, as yesterday or 3 days ago. That means former times. ויאמר יהוה אל יעקב, and Yahweh said to Jacob, שוב אל ארץ אבותינו, אבותיך, ולמולדתך. Return to the land of thy fathers and to thy begettings. وأحيا عمك, and I shall be with thee. Return to the land of thy fathers and thy begettings, and I shall be with thee. וישלח יעקב, and Jacob said, ויקרא לרחל וללאה, and he called for Rachel and for Leah, Hashada el Thono, to the field, to his flock. ויאמר להם רואה אנוכי את פני אביכם, כי הננו אלי כתמול תלתום. And he said to them, I am seeing the faces of thy father, of your father, that there is not he with me as yesterday or 3 days ago. Weloheavi haya imadi, and the God of my father hath been with me. Watena yida'aten, and ye have known, ki b'kol kohi avadti et havikem, that with all my might I have served your father. Wahavikem hetelembi, and your father hath mocked, deceived me, tricked me. Wehalif et mashkurati asharat monim, and he hath caused my wage to change 10 times, 10 numberings. Lo hanatano Elohim lahara imadi, and God hath not given him to cause evil with me. Imko yomar naqdim yihya shakaraka, ويالدو كل حثون نقديم. If thus he said, the speckled shall be thy wage. Also, all the flock bore speckled. وهم كل يومر عقديم يهي شكارك ويالدو كل حصون عقديم. And if thus he said, the streaked shall be thy hire, then all the flock bear streaked ones. ויצל אלוהים את מקנה אביהם, ויתן לי. And God hath caused the cattle of your father to slip away, and he hath given it to me. ויהי בעת יהם חסון, וישע עיני ואר בחלום. And it was in the time of the conceiving of the flock. And I lifted up my eyes, and I looked in a dream. והנה העתודים העולים על החסון. And behold, the he-goats going up upon the flock. עקודים נקודים וברודים, were streaked and speckled and spotted. ויאמר אלי מלאך האלוהים בחלום יעקב. And the messenger of the God said to me in the dream, Ya'qob. Wa'omar hineni. And I said, behold me. Wayomer shahna einaka ureh. And he said, lift now thy eyes and see. Kol ha'atudim ha'olim al hathon. All the he-goats, those going up on the flock, akudim nakudim uberudim, are streaked, speckled, and spotted. Ki raiti et kol atar lavan oshelach, because I have seen all which Laban is doing to thee. Anochi Hael, I am the God, Bethel, the one appearing at Bethel. Atrama shahta tham maseba, which thou anointed there, or where thou anointed there, a pillar. Atrana dartali tham nether, where thou vowedst to me there a vow. Hatta qum shemin har hadod. Now arise, go out from this land, with ub elerch molad turka, and return to the land of thy begettings. Watan Rachel Leah, and Rachel and Leah answered, Watomarna lo, and they said to him, Ha'od lanu helq wa nahla bebet abinu. Is there yet for us a portion or inheritance in the house of our father? Halo nokriot nehshabtnu lo. Is it not that we are reckoned to him foreigners? Ki makaranu, because he sold us. Wayohkal gamaha kol et kasapenu, and he ate also eatingly our silver. Ki kol ha'osher atar hitzil Elohim mehabinu lanu hu ulvanenu, because all or as all the wealth which God caused to slip from our father, it is for us and for our sons. وَأَتَّى كُلَّ أَطْرَهَا مَرْهَ Elohim Eleka Asher. And now all which God hath said to thee, effectuate thou. Yaakov, and Yaakov arose. Yishah et Banayu, et Nashayu, al Hagamalim, and he lifted up his sons and his wives upon the camels. Yinhag et kol miqnehu, and he drove all his cattle, and all his possession which he gathered. Miqne Inyano, the cattle of his acquiring. Atrarakash Padan Haram, which he got in Padan Haram. Lavoh el Yitzhak Haviu Arshah Canaan, to come to Yitzhak his father, to the land of Canaan. Ulavan halach ligazoz et thono, and Lavan had gone to shear his flock. What tignov Rachel et hatarapim atar lahabihu lahabiha, and Rachel had stolen the teraphim, the household gods, which were for her father. Yignov Yaakov, and Yaakov stole away. Et libna Lavan harami, he stole away the heart of Lavan the Arami. Al-Bali higid lo ki borechu, on account of not narrating or telling to him that he is fleeing. Yibrahu ukol ataralo, and he fled, and all which was for him. Yaqom ya'avor et hanahar, and he arose and he traversed the river. Yashem et panayu har hagilad, and he set his faces to the mountain of the Gilead. Yugad lelavan bayom hathalithi kibarah Yaakov, and it was told to Lavan in the third day that Yaakov had fled. Yikah et echayu immo, and he took his brothers with him. Yerdof acharayu derech shivat yamim, and he pursued after him a way of 7 days. Yad beqehoto behar hagilad, and he cleaved to him in the mountain of the Gilead. Yavo Elohim el Lavan harami b'halom halayla, and God came to Lavan the Arami in a dream, in the dream of the night. Yomer lo, and he said to him, Hishamer laka penetadaber im Yaakov, beware to you, or take heed to thyself, lest thou should word with Yaakov, mitov adara, from good as far as evil. Yashag Lavan, and Lavan overtook at the Yaakov. Laban overtook Yaakov. Yaakov taqa at the Oholo Bahar. And Yaakov slapped down his tent Bahar in the mountain. Laban taqa at the Echayu Bahar Hagilad. And Laban slapped down his brothers in the mountain of Gilead. That would mean that he slapped down the tent for his brothers, or with his brothers, in the mountain of Gilead. Wayomer Laban Yaakov, and Laban said to Yaakov, Mhashita, what tiganov et lababi? What had I done that thou hast stolen away my heart? What naheg et benotai kishavuyot harab, and thou hast driven my daughters like captives of a sword. Lam nahabeta, for what thou hast hidden, liveroh, to flee, what tiganob oti, and thou hast stolen from me. Walo higadatali, and thou hast not told to me. Washalehaka beshimaha ubeshirot betop ubekinor, and I would have sent thee with joy and in singing, in tambourine and in lyre or harp. Walo natashatani lenashek levanai ulivenotai, and thou hast not permitted me, allowed me to kiss to my sons and to my daughters. Ata hisakalata asho, thou hast done thou hast done foolishly to do. Yeshalehel yadi, there is for the God of my hand, lashot imachem ra, to effectuate with you evil. Welohe abichem emeth amarhe le'amor, but the God of your fathers yesternight said to me, saying, Hishamar leka midaber im Yaakov mitov adra, take heed to thyself from speaking or from wording with Yaakov, from good as far as evil. And now, goingly, thou hast gone. Ki nichasoph nichasafata leveta habika, because longingly thou hast longed for the house of thy father. Lamahga nabata et Elohai, for what thou hast stolen my gods. Wayan Yaakov, Wayomer Laban, and Yaakov responded, and he said to Laban, Ki yareti כי אמרתי פן תגזול את בנותיך מעמי. Because I feared thou that I for I feared, for I said, lest thou steal away thy daughters from with me. Im atratim tah et Eloheka, with whoever thou findest thy gods, lo yihya, he shall not live. Negad achenu, hakerluka maha imadi. Before our brothers, recognize for thee what is with thee, what is with me, and take for thee. Yaakov, and Yaakov did not know, ki Rachel ganavatam, that Rachel had stolen them. Vayavo Laban ba'ohel Yaakov, uba'ohel Leah, uba'ohel Sete hamahot, v'lo matah. And Laban came into the tent of Yaakov, and into the tent of Leah, and into the tent of the two maidservants, and he found not. Vayeshe me'ohel Leah, vayavo be'ohel Rachel. And he went out from the tent of Leah, and he came into the tent of Rachel. Rachel laqaha et hatarafim watashimem b'kar hagamal. And Rachel had taken the teraphim, and she had set them in the saddlebag of the camel. Watetheb alehem, and she sat upon them. Vayimashish Laban et kol haohel v'lo matah. And Laban felt about in all the tent, and he did not find. And she said to her father, let it not provoke in the eyes of my lord, that I am not able to arise from before thee. Because the way of women is with me. And he searched, and he did not find the teraphim. And it was provocation. It provoked to Yaakov, and he contended with Laban. ويغن يعقوب ويهمر للابان. And he answered, or he responded, Yaakov responded, and he said to Laban, Mahapishai mahatati kida laqta acharai. What is my transgression, and what is my sin, that thou hast hotly pursued after me? Ki mishashata et kol kelai, that thou hast felt about all of my things. Mahamatahta mikol kelebetaka. What hast thou found from all the vessels of thy house? Shimako negad achai wa achaka. Set therefore before my brothers and thy brothers. Wiyokiho benathanenu, and let them reprove between the two of us. The Esherim Shana Noki Imach. This 20 years I am with thee. Recheleka we'izeka lo hashikelu. Thy ewes and thy she-goats have not cast their young. Wehele thonaka lo hakalati. And the rams of thy flock I have not eaten. Terepa lo hebeti eleka. A torn thing I have not brought to thee. Anoki ahatana. I made the loss. Miyadi tavakashana. From my hand thou sought it. Ganuvati yom. My stolen of the day. Uganuvati laila. Or my stolen by night. Hayiti vayom akalani horb. In the day I was eaten of the heat, the sun heat, the dryness, وقرح balayla, and coldness or frost in the night. Watidad shanati me'enai, and my sleep wandered away from my eyes. Thali esherim shana. This 20 years for me, bebeteka, in thy house. Abadatika arba eshere shana bithate benoteka. 14 years for thy 2 daughters I served thee. Wisheth shanim bithoneka, and 6 years for thy flock. What tahlip et mashakurati asharat monim, and thou hast changed my wage 10 times. Lule Elohe Abi, Elohe Abraham, Wapahata Yishak Hayali. If suppose the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Yishak were not with me, ki ata reqam shillahatani. Even now, empty, thou wouldst have sent me. Et ronayi we et yegi akapai ra Elohim we yoka ameth. My affliction and the toil of my hands God hath seen, and he reproved yesternight. Wayan Laban, Wayomer El Yaakov, and Laban responded, and he said to Yaakov, Habbanot benotai, the daughters, my daughters, Wahabbanim banai, and the sons, my sons, Wahathon thoni, and the flock, my flock. وكل أطرهتاره lihu, and all which thou art seeing, it is mine. Will live notai mahasha laelle, and for my daughters, what can I effectuate to these? Hayom. Today, O Libenehem Atrayaladu, or for their sons, which they have borne. Wa'atta laka nikrata barit aniwata. And now, come, let us cut a covenant, I and thou, wahaya le'ed, beni wabenaka, and it shall be for a witness between me and between thee. Wayiqah Yaaqob haben, and Yaaqob took a stone, we wayarimeha matheba, and he stood it up, a pillar. Wayomer Yaaqob le'echayu liqatu habanim. And Yaaqob said to his brothers to pluck up stones, or pluck up stones. Waiqahu habanim, wayashugal, and they took stones, and they effectuated a heap. Wayokalu tham al hagal, and they ate there over the heap. Wayiqrah lo laban, yigar shahaduta, and Lavan called for it, Yagara Shahaduta, which means witness heap. Yaaqob Qara lo Galaed, and Yaaqob called for it Galaed, which means witness heap in Hebrew, and Yagara Shahaduta in Aramaic. Wayomer Laban Haggal hadh ed beni wabenaka hayom. And Laban said, this heap is a witness between me and between thee today. Alakin qarah shemo Galaed. Because of this, he called its name Galaed. Waham mithpa atrahamar. And the Mithpah, which means the watchtower, Atar Amar, because he said, Yithapa Yahweh beni wabenaka, may Yahweh watch between me and between thee. Ki nisater ishmere'ehu, when we are concealed or hidden a man from his neighbor or his friend. Imetaranne et benotai, if thou shouldest oppress my daughters, wihimetikahnathim al benotai, or if thou shouldst take women on top of my daughters, in addition to my daughters, that is, Eneisha Immanu, there is not a man with us. Re Elohim ed beni wabenaka. See, God, a witness between me and between thee. Wayomer Laban Yaaqob, and Laban said to Yaaqob, Hine hagal hadhe v'hine hamatheva atrayariti beni wabenaka. And Laban said to Yaaqob, behold the heap, this heap, and behold the pillar, which I have cast down between me and between thee. This heap is a witness. And the pillar, a witness. Imahani loh e'abur eleka et haggal hadde وهمهتا لوه تعبر هلاي اتهقال هذا واتهمت بهذوت لرعا. If I, or so that I, will not traverse to thee, will not traverse or go over this heap to thee, or if thou should traverse to me this heap, if thou should traverse, go over this heap to me, and this pillar for evil. Elohe Abraham, Elohe Nahor, Yithpatu Benenu, Elohe Abihem. The gods of Abraham and the gods of Nahor, let them judge between us, the gods of their father. ويشاب يعقوب بپحد Abi Yitzhak. But Yaakov swore himself by the fear of his father Yitzhak. ويذبح يعقوب ذبح بحر. And Yaakov sacrificed a sacrifice in the mountain. ويقره لأخيه لكل لاحم. And he called to his brothers to eat bread. ويأكلوا لحم ويالينوا بحر. And they ate bread and they overnighted in the mountain. ويشكم لابان ببكر. And Laban shouldered up in the morning. وينشق لبانه ولبنوته. And he kissed to his sons and to his daughters. ويبركهم. And he blessed them. ويلك وياثب لابان لمقومه. And he went and he returned. Laban went and he returned to his place. ويعقوب هالك لدركه. ويفقعوا بو ملك Elohim. And Jacob went to his way, and the angels of God, the messengers of God, encountered him.